And today, first I'd like to introduce Maksat Usubaliev from Kyrgyzstan. He studied at the Graduate School of Global Studies from September 2014 to September 2016. He completed his master's degree in global studies. He was selected by the government of Kyrgyzstan and sent to our graduate school, that is the Graduate School of Global Studies, as a scholar sponsored by the Project for Human Resource Development Scholarship provided by Japan International Cooperation Agency, Japan. That is abbreviated usually JICA. The program is to provide capacity development of the government staff in developing states. When he came to Graduate School of Global Studies, he was a deputy director at the Tourism Department under the Ministry of Culture, Information and Tourism. I was his academic advisor throughout his master's program. He wrote his master's thesis about challenges of a tourism sector in the Republic of Kyrgyzstan. After his graduation, he returned to his position and stayed until May 2017. Then he was promoted in May 2022 to Tourism Development Fund of the Kyrgyz Republic, advisor to President, which is his current position, I believe. As one of the most successful graduates of the Graduate School of Global Studies, and I will interview him today regarding his experiences at Osho University and his thought on his career path, as well as his vision for the future, and what kind of principle he has in mind for his life and about the people, not only in Japan and also in Kyrgyzstan and the global society in general. And finally, I will ask him about his message to those students. So, Maksat-san, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
I'm so happy to see you today.
Me too. Thank you for inviting, and I'm very honored to be with you, to be interviewed. And as you told me that I was selected, and it's pleasure. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Thank you. So, and it seems that you are quite promoted well after you returned to your country, and you graduated 2016, so it's about 7 years since you left here. So please tell me what exactly you're doing at your work.
As you have mentioned, I'm advisor for head of the Tourism Support Development Fund, and this is new entity which is working since last year, since March of 2022. And the main goal of that organization is providing good opportunity for tourism businesses and doing promotion outside of the country and inside of the country. And I was asked by my boss to help this organization to make a consultation regarding legal issues and how we can make a good opportunity for foreign citizens and how we can promote our country outside. Mainly, I do analysis of some policies which are done by other stakeholders and how these decisions can be implemented by us, and how much they have risk for tourism organizations and so on.
I see. It seems it's quite a comprehensive job in terms of how much you are really promoting tourism sector of your country, it seems. But do you think your country is receiving more tourists, I think that's one of the most important policy making, which is you engaged in.
Yes, but this amount of people who are coming from abroad, we say them they should be very high intellectual people and with good income, and we want not mass, but we want very high quality tourists from developed countries. It's easy to say, but difficult to implement. Before this position, I have changed one place. After graduating Doshisha, I returned back, and more than half a year I stayed at the same position in tourism department. But in May of 2017, I was invited to the president's administration as a deputy head of Department for Social Affairs.
Okay.
And 4 years I've been there as a deputy head, and 1 year I have been head of the department. And to be honest, this position was very crucial for me, and I didn't expect that after graduation of Dosha I would be promoted to
This level.
such. Yes, but that was a challenge for me, and during our interview I can give real examples from what I had learned in the university and how did I use it during my work.
Oh, that will be wonderful, because it seems I know having such a high position, advisor to president, must be quite a challenging job. So, I mean, whenever you have a difficulty at work, is there anything you remember about the Doshisha period of time, and what do you think you learned from Doshisha?
Well, that was a big opportunity for me to grow up inside of myself, in my eyes. To be honest, I have applied for this JICA program 2 times, and when I applied for Doshisha, that was 3rd time, and I'm happy that I failed before, because level of my experience, a period of my age at those time, it weren't enough to understand what I have learned and studied in Doshisha. And some people divide their life into the parts, so there is life before Doshisha and there is life after Doshisha for me. Many things have changed, even in my personal life, in career. So I try to utilize or use all knowledge from field trips we had, and we had some case studies, and even if we do not use it directly, but we have imagination how does it should work and how to implement it, or even we were studying mistakes in some policies. During lessons, you were providing other senseis, for example, Oyamada or Karada sensei, who were teaching us. And I'm wondering from professors, some of them haven't worked in public, in governmental institutions, but they have so much knowledge about this decision-making process, how to design and how to manage, for example, project cycle management and so on. So that was very interesting for me.
I see. So you think you learn not only just knowledge, but also you learn some kind of a methodology how to make policy making, and also how you can have a management of some project from planning to implementation and evaluation. Is that what you mean by project cycle management?
Yes, this is in general. For example, we were studying UN organizations and how it is inside. From some of your lessons, we were studying regarding international organizations and peace building studies.
Yes.
And during my work, 5 years that I spent in presidential administration, I have dealt with religious sphere, youth policy, culture, sports, civil society, and directly healthcare system and social care system. These ideas that I have learned, they help me a lot.
I see.
And there is I can give you example if you allow me. And,
so you mean social development? You learn.
This is about healthcare. All world knows that in 2020 we had big disease, COVID.
Yes.
And during lessons provided by Tarada Sensei, that was about delivery system for public services. We were studying case study about how to prevent Ebola, and he was providing us examples in the Philippines or in Japan during this disease. And we divided into groups and made some small research, and we were designing measures how to prevent this disease. Exactly same in 2020 was in our republic, and as the head of the department, we proposed a special plan for the Security Council. Security Council, which consists of president of the country, prime minister, head of parliament, some members of parliament, minister of defense, minister of internal affairs, and so on. The base of this plan was adopted.
I see.
And we, as a department, were doing this work. Of course, this was a big success for us, but it was a big challenge during 2020 and 2021.
So you mean that you learn much about how to suppress Ebola disease in developing country, and in one of the lectures, and Professor Kalada provided, and you apply what you learn to the case of how to deal with COVID-19, right?
Yes, not directly, but many ideas were taken from examples, and I still keep all notes from your lessons and from lessons of our professors. Sometimes I go back to them.
Oh, that's nice. I'm very happy to hear that. So tell me, and what is the most memorable experience? What kind of things you have a nice memory about your study at Doshisha or living in Kyoto?
First is it was my dream in a long time. I put, as we had choice for the lessons, I put Monday as day off. This is kind of funny, but I met this system, new system. For us, it's new system because of education. When you can choose what you want to learn, besides the compulsory lessons, and you can take additional lessons. So I put this thing, and now I analyze this is time management.
Management.
Being at Japan, involved in education process, first I think this is for myself, maybe, but from step to step. So I began learning to plan my time and make good time management, and this is very important during my work and during my life. This is one most wonderful thing that I learned in Japan.
I see.
How people work by minutes, how
punctual.
Yeah, punctual. How arranged all the trains, Shinkansen and so on. They never late. This one side, and when I came to Doshasha, that was my third visit to Japan. But the good thing that I still remember is mixture of traditional culture with modernization. And we took one lesson of Oyamada Sensei, this like Japanese path to modernization, like this. So we were studying history of modern industrial Japan and how it could mix very peacefully, like, and there is a slogan, technology from the West and Japanese spirit. So this is also good thing that I have put in my mind, because for tourism it's very important too.
Sure.
And good thing also is that I met people and students like me who are from different countries with different cultures, and we look at the processes in the world more or less same. And I met people, wonderful people who are willing to change this world into a good way. And I still keep in touch with them. For example, some of Japanese students, they have came to Kyrgyz Republic. They visited me.
Oh, they visit you.
Yeah.
Your Japanese friend visited your country.
Yes, that was Koki-san and Ohashi-san. These guys, they came to me.
Oh, that's nice.
And good thing for me is also meeting with professors, and I was very honored because some of them had so wonderful background working in different universities and doing researches all over the world. So this experience cannot be bought or taken. You cannot just take it. It's so valuable thing that cannot be transferred. So I'm very thankful to my government, to Japanese government, for provided opportunity to be part of this program.
I mean, from Japanese point of view, people from Kyrgyzstan look like Japanese, So, I mean, those who watch our video later on may be thinking, you look like a Japanese too, but you are an international student of mine that I taught. So that's quite funny in a way. But I'm sure there's a lot of differences in culture between Japan and your country. So what aspect of Japanese habit or custom difficult for you, or you didn't have much difficulty adjusting to Japan to study?
To be honest, I personally didn't have any difficulties.
Wow, I see.
maybe at the beginning, this is because of language barrier, my language barrier, because I do not speak Japanese, but I try to learn it. And this is not, this is my fault. So, and to make my life more comfortable, I should learn it and be involved in the society. I didn't have any difficulties. I like Japanese food and people habits. Yeah, there is some strange things that I never see in my country, but if you go to other country, you should just simply respect all that habits. So what I did, and my life was easy there.
I see.
Because of it. Yeah.
You know, and I know your Japanese language skill was not enough, but you really wanted to go through internship program at NARA, World Tourism Organization, and everyone was Japanese, and they didn't speak English much, and I know you don't speak Japanese much, but you still wanted to go through internship program and work there. So without knowing Japanese, I don't know how you manage to communicate with people. And they loved you. So I was wondering, what was the technique you had to communicate with people?
I think, first of all, I should thank you for this opportunity. I remember well how was the process, how we started this. As you maybe remember, I came to you and asked you if you don't mind if I make an internship in this organization. And for those who are listening or watching us, Nakanishi Sensei did a great work, and she had talked to.
Yes, I made a phone call and. Yes.
Yeah, we sent a letter, and so Doshisha had to sign agreement with that organization only for one student. For me.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great internship. I spent 2 or 3 months there, and this is a big experience because I was involved in international organization. And people I was happy they could speak English. Not all, but they could speak. And one staff was from the States. And I learned from inside how do they design programs, how do they propose it to the head office, which is in Madrid. Every day as a usual worker, I was coming there, sitting and researching all documents that they have, and I had access to the database, special access with, of course, limitation, but I had access. And now I write it in my CV that I did internship in NARA. To be honest, this internship gave me opportunity to communicate with other staff in head office in Madrid. I mentioned it during my work. And then I made some connections with the program which is about Silk Road, Great Silk Road program in UNWTO. Later, I had visited Spain with country presentation. So this connection not ended in Japan. I tried to continue it. And I would like to add to this what is memorable was in Japan also. One of these examples was when we went with you, Nakanishi Sensei, to Tokyo to the National Guide Library. And I had kept this card for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
I used the library online from here. But I don't know. I don't have access anymore from now. But
Yes.
still, this is a wonderful place where we took some books, and when we returned to Doshisha, we had ordered some books from there directly.
Yes.
So this was a great memory for me.
Yes, and because that library became very modernized, that without not going there face to face, you can order by internet, and then you can receive a loan, library book loans, even though you are in Kyoto, and then that library is in Tokyo. So that was quite well done service, and I think you really utilize it and enjoy it. I do remember now. Yes.
Nakanishi Sensei, if you allow me, I would like also provide another example from lessons that I learned in Doshisha. How did I work it? How did I use it in my work? In 2017, we were designing, 17 and 18, we were designing civil society development program. Finally, we have adopted it in 2021, and it is called Kyrgyz Citizen. So the idea is how to make people happy and feel themselves in Kyrgyzstan in one house, like they are living in one house. I try to explain. We have learned some ethnic conflicts in Bosnia and some other countries in Somalia, in West Timor. And in 2010, we had ethnic tensions in the southern part of our country.
Yes.
So those case studies, I went back to the case studies and researched them more, and provided my team to learn all these situations and how we can avoid in the future. Also, you were providing us example about Singapore experience. So all these things, these are ideas which were provided in the university, and they really helped us in the future to make a decision when we made some policies. This is crucial, and I should say about these things in this interview.
I see. I think you're talking about my course that I taught about peace building, and
Yes.
then because I talked about case study of Bosnia conflict and also reconstruction process of East Timor. So
Yes.
you're talking about how to deal with a conflict situation. I'm sure your country also had some conflict as well, but it's kind of amazing how much you remember what we taught, and then you think about when something happens in reality in front of you. So I'm quite impressed, and how much you remember what you learned. So I'm very happy.
Thank you.
And then, so what do you think? What are the? I mean, you are so successful. One of the most successful graduates of a graduate school of global studies, and that's why you are selected today. So, what do you think are the keys to be so successful, and in pursuing your career or what is professionalism really means for you?
I wouldn't say that I'm really very successful. I was promoted, of course. I think this is about hard working.
Hard working.
Yes. When we lived in Japan, I saw how people live in very good conditions. How do they go to the shop and they are very happy. They go to the park and they're happy. But this happiness is the result of their hard working. And they see where are spent their taxes when you look at the infrastructure and when you see lights in the streets during the night. So this is, I can say, completed society. Well, maybe they are not happy, but in the mass, they are doing great job. They are receiving enough salary. They are paying taxes, and their kids are healthy, and they are educated. So these basic things that Japan reached after the long way of hard working and researching and studying. For us, we are at the beginning of that path.
I see.
And to be successful, this is success, I don't know. I'm just doing my work. And good thing from Doshisha also, I could say this is ability to make analysis, situation analysis that you were talking about much, comparative analysis. And when we are trying to put some taxation system changes or making some services online, we look at other countries, well-developed countries or developing countries. And I remember that you advised me to look at the country which has more or less same situation in the economy, in the population, and so on. So when we look at the comparative analysis, we should put on the table the same things and then look at the good examples. So this is ability that I received during lessons provided by you.
Okay, and I wanted to ask you on what kind of a principle you have in your life, or when you deal with your job and when you communicate with people. What kind of principle you have in life? It's a kind of philosophical, aspect of what do you think is very important in life,
I think it's ability to make easy, if you can do complicated things, to divide them into easy things that different people can understand this issue. So there is a problem, one which is seen by me in one way, but other people can understand in another way. So we should, I think, put yourself into themselves and try to understand what is the angle that they are looking at the problem at.
I see.
And then we try to understand people. I think this is principles. This is communication, and communication should be into two ways, not only for
one-sided.
One way.
Yes.
One-sided. This is crucial, and the ability to listen people.
I see.
Not avoid.
I see. I think the first point that you mentioned is about how to view things from different angle, and then place our thinking in the perspective of others. Not only just paying attention to our own interest and such, I suppose. And the second one is, communication, interaction is more important instead of just talking unilaterally. We have to have a lot of interaction and then good communication. So I think probably I knew you had a quite a great communicative skill from the beginning until the end of your study here. So probably that must be the key, I suppose, your success. And in the end, I'd like to ask you if you can give our students a message. Those students, we have so many students learning. So, do you have any message to the current student at Doshisha as a kind of senior senpai person?
Okay, I will try. Some time ago, I was sitting on the same table, studying same lessons, and it was like black picture in my eyes. But how not to be blind? I would suggest students to study, read a lot, and not only advised by professors' books, but also other literature as much as they can. This is not only knowledge that they are reading, but also point of view on the processes of life, ability to analyze. So I think hard working.
Hard working. Study hard.
Study hard, yeah, but don't die as a so hard worked horse. Take your time. You should also have rest and not forget about yourself. And look only not only pure knowledge, but also look at your physical ability and critical thinking. I would suggest students not go directly. Try to study different spheres. Look at from other places. And Japan is a great country. Please go and explore it. I spent 2 years, but couldn't go all the places that I wanted.
I see.
Yeah, you should explore it. Just to try to understand these people, wonderful people who are living there. But in brief, maybe this is a bit mess, but I tried to put all the things. And to be honest and say, I didn't prepare for this interview as usual. I only took official transcript just to keep in my mind what lessons I have learned, but all that I was sharing with you information was here. So I don't need any other papers to put it back. And if you tomorrow wake me up in the morning, I will say you almost the same.
I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today. It was a great seeing you today, and looking so great and so successful. And I hope that you continuously, do what you really want to do in your life, and then pursue your good career continuously. And I wish you all the best, and see you some other time. Hopefully in your country, I should visit.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you are most welcome. Please let us know when you would come. And sometimes ask people who are in Japan and ask who is your professor. If I hear Nakanishi Sensei, if Nakanishi Sensei, you graduate and you take good knowledge, I say always.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You are very strict professor in good way. Strict professor, but very high intellectual, and I do respect all your lessons and words that you provided us during your sessions.
Thank you. So enjoy your life and then do well continuously. I say goodbye today. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you to all staff who organized this. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yes, thank you. See you then. Bye bye now. Good luck with everything.